We're just going to have a conversation.
I love that.
Yeah, we're just gonna jump straight in, Alice.
Amazing. Hello.
So here we are. Thank you for inviting me to your show today.
Thank you for coming to my show.
No, I appreciate the invite, and I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen the show yet. I don't actually know anything about it apart from Leo still dies. Is that correct? In the end. In the end.
Yeah, so it's actually a one-woman parody reenactment of Titanic.
Okay.
Where I play all the roles, and the scenes are randomly selected by a prize wheel.
Okay.
I also play a version of myself interjecting as an audience member to discuss the movie, aging 90s media, and whether or not James Cameron should keep writing screenplays.
So is this a play? Is this stand-up material? It's
kind of everything.
Right. Okay.
It's Fringe.
Yeah, of course.
So it's there is some stand-up in it. There's also some improv. There's theater because the script is the script, and I do the scenes line by line. Turns out I know all 3 hours and 15 minutes of Titanic by heart, soundtrack included, and so I just redo the scenes, but with some interjections and some improv, and it changes every night because the scenes selected by my prize wheel change every night.
Why Titanic then? Is Titanic something that means something to you?
Yeah, so I've been obsessed with Titanic since I was 4, but I wasn't allowed to see it until I was 6.
Okay.
And I just became obsessed with it.
So hold on, take me back then. So you're 6 years old, but you were already obsessed with it.
Yes, because I wasn't allowed to see it in theaters.
So you knew it was something that you wanted to see. Right. Okay.
Which I actually asked my sister recently, do you remember why I wanted to see Titanic, like at 4? Because that's weird. It's okay.
It's different. Yeah.
And
it's different for a 4-year-old, that's for sure.
Right. And she doesn't remember. She assumes it probably because she's older than me, that maybe it was just that she wanted to, but like I latched on way harder than she did to Titanic. And I don't know, it just became this thing that I was obsessed with every 4 years, and I would watch it every day for like weeks and sometimes months on end.
So is it the film, or was it the story of Titanic?
I think it was all of it. What's funny is that I didn't like the story of the film.
Okay.
I liked the boat, I liked the music, I liked how it was made. I think I was just like a film nerd, which makes sense because I ended up in comedy. And I just like loved the lore, and then I loved the history, and it became this whole thing, like the whole movie except the story was like my favorite thing in the world. As I got older, I like kind of understood more of the story, like the classism and stuff like that went over my head as a kid.
Yes.
But as I got older, I kind of liked the story more. The story has, it's Romeo and Juliet on a boat. Like that's kind of it, except one of them ends up not dying. That's cool. But
it gets really, really old. And
gets really old and then does die. So I guess it is Romeo and Juliet, just a little spread out.
Drawn out a bit more.
Yeah.
So at what point for you then was you like, right, okay, I'm now going to take this story and I'm going to take this thing that I love that's a big part of my life, and I'm going to then turn it into a performance?
Well, I don't get over anything.
Okay.
The tagline of the show is the only one who never let go was Alice, which is true. But what happened was that when in 2019, I was in Portugal with my sister and our friend Emma, and we were traveling around. If you can't tell, I'm a talker, them not so much. And one night at dinner, I think we were in like Lagos, which is gorgeous, side note, and I was probably talking, and they like realized they didn't want to have to respond.
Right.
So
okay.
my sister said, "Alice, do Titanic," and I was like, "Okay." And like, what scene? And then she was like, and they picked a scene, and it became a thing. At meals, on hikes we were doing, anytime they just were like, "We want like dinner theater, basically." Do Titanic.
And then you was like, right, this is my career now.
No, I already was in comedy. That's what's funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But what happened was that then it became a thing. Like we'd be at parties and people would start saying like, do this scene. It became like a party trick. And so in 2023, the Pit, which is the People's Improv Theater in New York, was doing a solo festival, and I wanted to put a solo show together. And I thought to myself, it's got to be Titanic with a prize wheel. And so it was. And so, yeah, I've been workshopping it in New York since March 2023. So I've done a few previews, but it is technically a Fringe premiere or whatever, debut, and all of it.
I think you've got to work on the material and mould it before you come here. You've got I don't think you can come to something like this and just be like, right, now I've got to work on
Right, this is the first show I've ever done.
You've got to have something.
Absolutely.
So you said beforehand, before we press record, that this is your first time here at the Fringe.
Yes.
How does it feel to be here right now?
It's really tiring, but so fun. It's very, I love the like vibe of the, I mean, I've been to Edinburgh before, but not for Fringe. It's amazing to be surrounded by this many artists. Everyone's doing cool things. Like, I've met some really cool artists I would never meet in New York because we all live all over the place. That's been amazing. I've loved performing every day. The like marketing and flyering is what's kind of tiring, but also kind of exhilarating. Like, it's fun to get to go up to people and just kind of like perform for them, and then they're like, please don't, or they're like, ooh, give us more. It's sort of like when you get like a like on a photo. It's kind of like that instant gratification constantly. So I'm really enjoying that element of it. It's really fun. It's wild. Definitely, though, feel like the wheels turning of like the next time I come, like all the lessons I've learned. Like, it's such a learning curve, but it's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a place for learning, isn't it? It's not just a place for being like, right, I've done this thing now,
right.
now I know. No, it's like you'll come away from here and there'll be like
exactly.
100 things that you'll be like, I'm going to do that different next time.
Yeah.
And I think this is like something that we build on, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
exactly, and that's what everyone has been saying. It's like the first one, it's more of like a learning, and then the second one you come back and you have to learn new things, and which is really cool. I, for some reason, thought of Fringe as kind of like it's a one and done for a lot of people, because I think coming from the States, it's so much money.
Of course. Yeah.
But turns out it's not, which is really exciting. So I'm like, oh, great.
And you know what? So I've reached 40, and I've been in theatre all my life, and so many people said to me, you'll never be able to afford the Fringe. You'll never be able to go. And I have come here and found out that was a lie.
Right.
And I was like, why is there that sense of don't come, it's going to be expensive?
Yeah, or come once and that's it.
And then that's it. Because then you leave it like I did until you're 40 and not having been in theatre all my life and not coming here.
Yeah, that's wild.
Once I came, I was like, why was I not doing this sooner? And it was because of that. It was because of that whisper outside that said, no, it's too expensive. And yeah, there are expensive elements to it.
Yeah,
if you want to go and see a lot of shows, that is going to cost you some money.
Right.
But there's also a lot of shows where people just want you to come and see their shows.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's pay what you can. And it's getting
Which is
out there.
Which is a beautiful model.
Yeah,
love the pay what you can model.
It is, and there's that element out there that people just want to connect with you. And if you're involved with theatre or want to be involved with theatre, this is the space where you should be. Yeah,
no, absolutely. The art scene during this festival is unbelievable, and that's been just incredible. Like, the level of comedy and theater and combination of the two has been really cool.
So we're only just in the second week.
Yes.
So we're just almost halfway through. So what's, from the beginning part of this festival, what's your biggest takeaway then?
Wow. I'm just having like 40 different lessons come in. I think my biggest takeaway is that you got to come back to Fringe. I think the first one is learning, and the second one is really like nailing it. I'd also say my biggest takeaway is like find your art friends and befriend them and like latch on, because I've met some incredible people, and that's been so fun. The other one is eat. I'm not doing that super well, but just like make sure to eat during the day.
You have to look after yourself, don't you? Re-energize, have that moment to rest.
Exactly. The other one is have a higher alcohol tolerance than I do. I have a very low tolerance, so I can't drink before shows, at least not this one, and it makes me really sad because this is such a late show, because I just really want to drink a lot of ginger beer. I love alcoholic ginger beer. Fun fact about me. Learned it while backpacking in Australia.
But you have to pace yourself, and you have to know if you want to do this, there's an element of having fun here, but there's also you're here to do the work as well. Yeah,
but it's also, I think the biggest takeaway is that I really want to be doing this. Like, just being able to perform every day is so fun. And it's just wild. Like, where else do we get to do that?
No. No, this is the arena. This is the space to
exactly.
do it. So I know you've got to start your show in a minute.
Yes.
So I feel like we could go a lot deeper in this, and maybe we'll follow this conversation up.
Yeah, would love that.
And I love that thing you said just now about finding your people and connecting with the other artists. I think that's so important that whilst you're going to be doing your show on your own, that isn't it, is it?
Right.
It is about the community that surrounds it.
Right. I mean, even just like during the day, like I said, it's really tiring because it is. You're working nonstop to sell your art and to do your art, which is the most exciting thing you could be doing in the world. But there's nothing more fun than when you're flyering and you've just had a bunch of people not want to take your flyers, which I understand. And I've started now when I hand out my flyers, just going, when I go, one woman Titanic parody, and they go, no, I go, fair enough. Which sometimes then people will laugh at, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. But what will get you through the moments when you've gotten like no, is that then you run into another one of your friends and they're having the same thing happen. And it's not like a bonding over commiserating, because we're all really excited to be here, but it's just like putting up another pep in your step. Like, what else, like that's what art is. Like we're bearing our souls. That's so pretentious, but it's true. Even in the comedy world, like we're on stage, we're vulnerable, we're performing, it's great. But when you keep selling yourself on the street with your flyers and everyone's saying no, you start being like, oh no, is it my show? No, it's just that they don't want to take a flyer, and I respect that. But then you see your friends and they're doing the same thing, and we're all just here like doing the thing we want to do, and it suddenly like brings you up until the next 40 people also say no, and then one person says yes.
And then one of your friends will come along, they'll give you your energy back from
exactly.
all
like we're all feeding off of each other, and that's so cool.
Yeah, that
doesn't happen anywhere else.
No, and that's amazing. That's what I love about this place.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, this is where I'm going to spend my life coming back to now. Because of that
I fear
energy.
I might too.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to see each other again.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to jump into your show now.
Yep.
But last question for you
yes.
then. What's your hopes and dreams for this festival for the future then?
Oof. I mean, for this show or in general for me? I mean, ideally, I want to be writing and I would love to be a character role, but like writing television and film or theater, but like theater's so hard to like get a job in. So I'll take television or film. That's like kind of the goal. So I did the festival to just like gain exposure for comedy in general. Whether that's just like finding people who are liking my art or finding agents, managers, whatever it is. So I guess that's the hope. The next hope is to do a next year's show of like a 1 hour stand-up show. I mean, it won't be like straight stand-up because I just think that like my vibe is always going to be a little like more theatrical, but another comedy show, and just kind of like keep going. That's it.
Excellent, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, let's get going to your show then.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for sharing, Alice.
I got
really
a show
do
prep, which
you
means listening to Titanic.
Yeah, is it
Yes,
really?
it
Is that
is.
what you do before?
I do.
I feel like there's only one song in Titanic.
No,
so is it
well,
just
you'll
Celine?
find out.
Oh, right, okay, so it's not Celine Dion on repeat then.
Oh, no. I do the James Horner score. Not
okay.
well.
Ah.
So badly that legally a copyright attorney told me it can't be considered music.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive in. And before we go, if anyone has been watching or listening, we appreciate you for joining us for this conversation. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Alice. Wonderful.
Great.